Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday morning. Hope we're all okay. Hope we are all alright. I hope we are good after last night's performance. I'll be talking about the game, my key sort of takeaways from the game, the good, bad, the ugly. You know how it always is when we do these reviews. I just want to say, if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And yesterday, lower scoring than I thought. Now, what I don't think helped was their poor finishing and our poor play in the first half when it comes to creating quality. What I mean by that is, obviously we created chances, but I don't think we created the volume that I expected. I don't think we moved the ball the way we normally do. And I think that obviously is a big part of the fact that we're rotating. You know, Richarlison's not played football. Mikey's not been a regular starter. Timo's not been a regular starter. Bergval's not been a regular starter. Archie, Ben, Radu, Forster. So there's a lot of change there, and I think that played a part into it. Obviously, second half, when you think about Jono came on, and Kulu came on, and Sarr came on, you started to see, okay, yeah, the play is picked up now because these are the regular boys who are in sort of a good stride, a good momentum of form, you know. So there was that. But in the first half, I thought it's quite a bad first half. And I speak, from a neutral side of things. It was quite boring at times. I was sort of watching it going, God, I kind of expected more from AZ because they're a decent goal scoring outfit. So I was expecting more from them, and then I was expecting more from us. I thought it'd be a bit more end to end, and it really wasn't, to be honest. I don't think they really tested us enough in the first half for the fact that we're playing with basically a back five, which includes the keeper, with one regular player, which is obviously Destiny. The other four haven't been playing. And I will start with Big Fraser in goal. I was concerned, I was worried, I was nervous. I wasn't worried, I wasn't nervous, and I wasn't concerned thinking about it because he made quality saves. That one in the top corner he saved, brilliant. His distribution actually wasn't that bad. He was picking up passes. He was actually skipping through lines and passing and picking up passes. Solid, absolutely solid. So fair play for Fraser, and he got a clean sheet. I'm never going to complain about a clean sheet. I'm always going to love a clean sheet. Pause. When we think about the back four, obviously before their injury, I can't. Let me just grab his name. I don't want to muck it up. I did have it to hand. Let me just get it. Here's the lineups. Poku. Because obviously Van Bommel went off, injured. Poku played on the right to start off with. And actually, I don't think he'd have had the game that he had yesterday had he stayed on the right. Because I think Destiny, after a little while, would have worked it all out. And actually, Destiny wasn't having too many problems with him as such. Going out onto the left when he was playing against a guy who's not, who doesn't play regularly. He's not in theory a right back. He's a centre midfielder that plays right back as well. He had a bit more success. I thought Dragic handled him quite well. Sometimes, obviously, when Archie was a bit further upfield and he was getting in behind, I thought Radu and Bentancur actually handled him pretty well for what you could hope. Obviously, Radu got caught a couple of times. I think that one where Bentancur blocked it when they were through, I think that's a foul. But Dragic didn't go down. He should have gone down in theory. I was happy in terms of, what I've always hoped for Radu was the ability to dominate physically. Dominate in the air. Dominate in the challenge. Dominate in the duels. And he did that. Distribution-wise, I think he'll continue to get better. Obviously, he played in a team that wasn't really a dominant possession-based team. He played in a back three. They sat a bit deeper. We're asking him to change his whole way of thinking. Again, and as well, he's next Ben Davies playing at centre-back who's a left-back, and Archie Gray's playing a right-back and he's a centre-mid. I think he'd have had more success had Jed Spence been playing at right back. And that's not a dig at Archie Gray, by the way. And also, I think come winter, where we do get a chance to adjust the European squad, I'm very much hoping that Jed Spence finds his way in. Because I think in these games, Jed would have played really good minutes. I thought Ben was decent, to be honest. I know there was that one opportunity that the ball sat up and he didn't get under control and they sort of pounced on him. But I thought he did well. I thought Destiny was great again, by the way. And It's a shame that we didn't go sort of 2-3-0 up where we could have get him off, could get him some minutes of rest. Obviously, Romero and Mickey got 90 minutes of rest. So did Vicario, so did Porro. So 4 of your back 5 got 90 minutes of rest. They've got a whole week off leading into Sunday's game against Crystal Palace. But I thought Destiny was magnificent. And you could see there was him and Maddison. You could see in the first half there was a level that they were at that nobody else on the pitch, including our own players and theirs, that they were not getting near. The midfield, obviously, like I said, Maddison I thought was really solid. I'm going to come to the penalty in a minute. Bear with me. I thought Bentancur, very solid. Very, very solid. Just a really solid, sort of 7 out of 10. Didn't really make many mistakes. Good in the tackle. He was good with moving the ball with a bit of speed as well. So, happy with Bentancur. I thought Bergvall was good. There was at times where I think he was playing a little bit too safe. And I think that's one thing where Pape might play safe, but Pape plays with a lot of speed with that. So even though he's only just moving it, 8 yards to the winger, he's then absolutely flying. And, he's pulling players out of left, right and centre. He's creating so much space for, your Porro, or he's creating space for another midfielder because he is just darting everywhere. And it's hard to put a pin on him sometimes. I think that's what Pape has to his game. I don't actually think we have another midfielder that can do that. So I thought Pape was brilliant when he came on, by the way. Look, we have an obsession at Spurs with the new young guys. Look at Mikey and look at Bergvall, look at Archie Gray and Lancashire. Pape's still young. Pape's still Sarboy, is he not? I've still got all the faith in the world in Pape. Been over Maddison. Obviously, right wing was Mikey in the first half. Thought Mikey sometimes didn't look up enough in the first half because Archie was making some really nice runs on an underlap from the behind the fullback, and he wasn't playing it. He was trying to dribble with it, whereas he should have just got it out of his feet and let, that's the thing that Johnson does. Johnson will pick that pass and allow, Porro or whoever to get a chance to cross. So I think that was one thing I noticed that I was like, needs to add a bit more to that inside that the game. Richarlison worked great. Getting on the ball, it was a bit of a graveyard shift in the first half. When I talk about sometimes where Solanke maybe doesn't have a great game, half the time, if you actually just watch the game, he's doing a bit of a graveyard shift. So, for the guy hasn't really played much football this season. He got through plenty of minutes. I was happy with that. Obviously, he won't play at the weekend. He'll be on the bench. That'll be Solanke back in. But it was good for him to get the goal as well. And again, I'll come to the penalty in a minute. Timo, the finishing is killing me. But if you actually watch the link-up play and you actually watch his effort and his actually ability to beat a guy, you're literally sitting there going, if your finishing was anything remotely similar to these, you might actually start week in, week out. Because actually, I thought for the most part, he was quite solid. His finishing, not great. But I thought for the most part, he was actually quite solid. So there was that. Obviously, second half though, we came out like, okay, right, now let's stop mucking around. Let's play now. Let's get on the ball. Let's do our thing. Let's dictate and dominate. And we did. Obviously, Lucas winning the penalty. The penalty, look, there's two things to this. One is you normally dictate a penalty taker at the start, before a match. So if we do get a penalty, and, obviously normally it's going to be Son. Son is the penalty taker. That's it. It's his decision, and then it's his decision if he wants to give you the penalty. He might go to Dominic, hey, Dom, take the penalty. And Dom's like, all right, yeah, okay. But he might go, give us the ball. And you have to give him the ball because he's the captain. He makes the decision. I think that's where Maddison... That's where I think, had there been a conversation and no one, let's say it's down to captain's decision and Richarlison acted like that, Richarlison's in the wrong for that, if that's the case. Maddison should have been a bit stronger maybe in that discussion. I don't think it was handled well by anyone involved. I think Bentancur was trying to be like, lads, let's stop, come on, give the ball. And then I thought it was good. I thought it was good that Richarlison took... Obviously, Richarlison does actually take penalties. He's good at penalties. Like Maddison said, he wasn't worried about it. And it was a good finish. I literally said before he took it, I went, don't Panenka it. Don't Panenka it. Or as the studio called it, Panica or whatever it was. I mean, just stupid punditry. It's awful punditry. But yeah, it's going to do him the world of good, and it showed good captaincy and leadership from Madders as well. But yeah, let's talk about Mikey. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That second half when he moved over to his left side. And I've always said, I don't see him as a right winger. I see him as a left winger. I was so happy with what I saw on the left wing. It was just, I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to run at you. And that's the one thing I always said about Mikey was his directness. He's just going to get the ball and he's just going to run at you. It's going to work sometimes. It's not going to work others. And as long as the fans and the crowd and the people, watching at home and the people on their phones tweeting, and as long as you can be patient and go, he's not going to beat them every single dribble. There's going to be some dribbles the defender's going to get him, or he has to turn back and play backwards. But if you can just be patient and support it, that is a player in the making. He's 17. Think of him in 5 years. He's going to be 22. He's going to be nowhere near his prime. And think of the level that he can be as long as he keeps this trajectory. And I actually rate not having to throw him in at the deep end, because he's playing in Heung-Min Son's position. And Heung-Min Son is still the captain. He's still a fantastic player. He's still multiple levels above Mikey. So it's good that you can kind of go, Mikey, we're going to get you minutes here and there. Going to get you 10, 15 minutes. Going to get you 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes in Europa League and Cup competitions. And I want you to learn from Son. Brilliant. He's going to develop so much. So much. So really happy with that. A happy performance. Obviously, we're sitting second in the Europa League now. 9 points from 9. You can never complain about that. Obviously, Galatasaray away is the next game, which is 7th of November. Thursday, 7th of November. So you've got a couple of weeks till that game. Obviously, we've got 3 games in the meantime. Crystal Palace away, City at home in the Cup next Wednesday. And then on Sunday, we have Villa at home. So a lot of really big performances needed in those games. Preview for the Palace game I will do tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, I think. Might be tonight, I don't know. We'll sort it all out. But thank you very much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about the games down below. Tell me what you're happy with, tell me what you're unhappy with, tell me what you didn't mind or what you hated. Let me know all down below, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.